What's up, y'all? It's your boy Bruhman from the 5th floor, and we are live for another episode of the Dress Code Podcast alongside the lovely co-host, the stylish local.
Hello.
And today we have, I like to consider him, I ain't gonna lie, if y'all go on his page, well, when y'all go on his page, he's like the Dos Equis man to me.
The who?
The Dos Equis, you know, the most interested man on earth.
LOL.
Like, you just go on his page and like...
That's a top tier compliment.
That is
That's
like,
crazy.
like, why is he here?
Top tier
Like,
That's love.
what is he doing in Peru?
He just being places.
Why is he holding ASAP Rocky? What is going on? Pause. No Diddy.
No Diddy's on.
I be just catching him in like most random places. I'm like, this nigga interesting as shit. You feel me? Man, we got Jaye R in the building.
Yes, sir. Glad to be here, man.
I want to thank you so much for coming through and blessing us with your presence, man. I want to start off the interview. We never do interviews.
No, we
vibe.
We have
We do
conversations.
vibes.
So I want to
Yeah,
start
we
our
chat.
vibe off with, when was your first introduction to your love for fashion? Like, what was the first thing that brought you to like, this is what I want to do, this is what I love?
Okay, I'm gonna bring it back to like the beginning
Okay.
because I didn't start as a fashion designer.
Oh, wow.
I started as a producer,
Music producer.
music producer.
Okay.
Interesting.
Right.
Okay.
And I started like back in high school,
Okay.
and it was all like a high school thing, and all of our friends, like we had like a group called Famous Life,
Okay. What high school
Yeah.
you went to?
Flushing High School in
I was just
Queens.
about to ask.
Oh, Flushing High School.
Okay, we from
Yeah.
Brooklyn. Can't help you.
And it was when we started it, we had like one logo.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a paper bag man, and we used just giving out T-shirts, selling T-shirts. It was just more or less like a T-shirt thing,
Okay.
you know. And we didn't really have any expectations. We just loved what we did because we were all musicians at the time. I'm saying most of my friends were artists. I was the producer. I was an artist as well,
Okay.
but most of my friends in the group were artists, and there was one main artist that was more or less pushing us to where we wanted to go at the time. And as we fast forward now, we'll be getting into like this time period.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things change, you know. A lot of people go their separate ways.
Yeah.
Mm.
And me, I was always doing music.
Mhm.
And due to the fact that I was a producer, I had to like get my name known.
Mhm.
You know, in order for me to do that, I had to network. You know, I had to be outside from young, 17, 18, in clubs, no IDs, different shit like that. So like, I was always used to like being around like, you know, parties and just like these type of functions where you know, gain connections.
Mhm.
And as I got older, I gained more and more connections with like manufacturers and just being creative in general. And I was just getting tired of like wearing other people's clothes, wearing designers, spending so much money on it. And I was just like, you know what?
Wear my shit.
I could make a jacket, you know, I could make all these type of things, you know. So I just tried it, you know, and I've started with like not these, but this pattern in a jacket.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so hyped. Like I was like one of the happiest people in the world because I knew that I made something, you know? So I just like kept going, kept deciding to make more clothes at the time. And I could say probably around the pandemic time is where I really like, it really became like a breakthrough for me to be like, you know what? I got some money in my pocket. I do want to move. I want to see some different things.
It wasn't any stimmies, guys. We did
Nah,
not take anybody's checks.
no stems.
We was
It was
not-
all legit. It was all
It was
legit,
all
man.
legit.
It was all legit. But it was a
All
time.
right.
Pandemic time was a time. We
All
all know it
right.
was a time. We
Ciao.
I'm saying a lot of us did a lot of great things, you know?
Yes, we did.
And yeah, I was just inspired, you know, like I wanted to see what I could do with it. And then I guess like around 2021 is when I decided to like create my first little collection.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna be honest, now that I'm like more of a seasoned individual in the fashion world,
Talk that talk.
I look back at that collection and I really don't like it. I don't even wear it, to be honest.
That's normal. Though.
I feel like that's I feel like
Yeah,
that's,
it's like making your first song.
Mm,
When you make your first song, you think it's the hottest shit ever.
absolutely.
And then after your like 20th song, 30th song, you go back to that song. You don't like the way your voice sounds. You don't like the way you delivered.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah, like I sound like shit. Like you really don't like the way you don't like it at all because you know like you've grown so much, and you just be like, damn, I was like kind of blinded. Like you get so blinded in hype and just like just being hype or just making something, you just think it's like ain't nobody could tell me nothing.
But also, if you didn't make that first song, how are you going to get to the 20th one to even get better?
That's what I was about to say. You got to look at it from a different point. I would look at that from a different vantage of like,
it's just like
number one, I took that leap. I made that I made that change, and I kept on going.
Yep.
And number three is I can actually see my growth.
Exactly.
That's the beauty of it.
Literally
Actually
like
seeing your growth, because once you don't see no growth, it's just like, damn, what am I really doing?
What are
like
you doing?
certain people just be sitting there like, damn, I just wasted mad time, mad energy, and I produce the same thing over and over and over. The fact that you can actually look back, like I can look back at my first skits and look back at probably like my most recent skit. I haven't done a skit in years, but look at the most recent one and be like,
like,
you
hell?
could see where you needed to, you know, like what you needed to tweak and what you need to get
the resources
better
that change.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then it's also the resources that change up, the access to resources and things of that nature. So it sounds like you're seasoned now, like you said, but you were pretty much a late bloomer to the fashion game. And what would served as your inspiration outside of like wanting to just wear your own things and spending money on other people's things? Like what would you say you have a muse, you had a blueprint, a fashion designer that you looked up to? What was it?
I didn't have any of that.
I mean, it's independent.
Like what really inspired me though, just watching people wear my stuff.
Okay.
Like that was pretty cool, and just being able to like see it blossom, getting celebrities and certain influencers, and just walking into certain rooms and just hearing people say, yo, your shit is fire.
Yeah.
And like me, like I strive off of building connections and networking because I feel like networking is one of the biggest steps in order for you to get rich, you know?
Absolutely.
Like we all come from places that don't really have much opportunity, you know? And for people like us, it's a lot harder for us to get where we want to go. So in order for us to do that, we really have to branch out.
Absolutely.
You know? And this brand really helped me branch out even more than ever before. I've met people that I probably I thought I would never even have like their cell phone numbers or conversations with due to the fact that they liked the things that I wore. And I think that is really dope. And it like, I look at myself like a adventurer, a voyager.
I told you.
I'm gonna be honest. Nah, it's crazy because it's real shit. Like sometimes I just look at it like, yo, how far can I go? You know, like how far down the matrix can my energy take me? You know, so I keep going because of that. Like I may not be like the richest person or like the most successful person in this field as of yet, but what keeps me going is the fact that creating is like one of my passions in general. Just knowing that I've made something and people like it and it has a message of positivity towards it. I keep going. And I've gained, I guess you could say, I've gained inspirations after the fact.
Okay.
Being able to meet the biggest designers in the game and having conversations with them and even getting advice from them. And going to their fashion shows and just vibing in general. Like I've gained the inspiration from that. I could say like those people are my inspiration now, like Micah Marys, the Kid Supers, Don C's. Like I've had conversations, I've vibed with all of these people and they're all great people and they all tell me like, yo, just keep going. It's all about staying consistent.
It's funny that you said that. Those names that you brought up, I always, anytime anybody brings those names up as far as having a personal relationship with them, like Don C, and I know Don C and Kid Super for sure, they always talk about how influential they are and how much of positive energy that they give off when you meet and you talk to them. So shout out to Kid Super and shout out to Don C for that, because that's definitely a necessity, because people in this space always like to look at everything as competition. It's a beautiful thing and the crazy part about it is you're not even people. You won't even be in the same space as somebody, and they'll still view you as competition. They just don't want to see you have access to the same resources that they have to put y'all on the same level and plateau. Us as people always have this tendency to, I just have to have a little bit of a one-up on you.
Yeah, got you.
Just like I just have a little bit of a one-up on you. Like I want you. We're not even in the same field. I probably can't even use
anything that you have going on.
I can't use what this guy is. I can't use what he can provide for you. But the fact that you'll be a little bit ahead of me, now I have to keep you in a position where you need me.
Or they see the potential. They see the potential of where you can go. And some people, a lot of people aren't good people, and they know how they are to other people that are under them. So they probably look at everybody else like they're just like that. You know, a lot of people could mirror themselves to a lot of people and think that, oh, if he gets over me, he's going to treat me like how I treat everybody else.
Ooh,
good point.
To be honest, because I've been around people like that where it's like they're terrible people, you know, and that I know for a fact that's the reason why they will put people down or they will gatekeep connections, because when you move like that and you live in your own bubble, it's very easy for you to think that everything else around you is the same way. Like,
well, I was going to say it's a mindset thing.
Exactly.
Like the way that they think is really is very self-centered.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it makes perfect sense. But I just realized we don't know the name of your brand. We didn't say it.
yes, he did.
Did he?
No, I did not.
No, he
did?
I didn't.
He didn't tell him.
I knew it, but he dropped the subtle. Okay,
so tell the people the name of the brand.
Okay. The name of the brand is Famous Life. This is it right here.
Dope. Okay.
And
Brandon,
if you guys want me to give you like a little overview of what the brand is about.
Absolutely.
Okay,
I want to know the name, the reason behind the name.
As you can see here, put it for the camera. Got the paper bag head, and the main logo is a paper bag man. That's like I could say that would be like our mascot. That was the main logo that we had from the beginning. Exactly.
Got it. Okay.
We'll never run away from this logo, no matter how high fashion or high end we get. We'll never run away from this logo. But the main message of this logo and the brand in general is the fact that most people admire and look up the popular culture and the famous life or the celebrity lifestyle, but they don't necessarily know what goes on behind closed doors or the actual person that they're actually what's the word?
Like
idolizing. You know? And the paper bag is more or less just like most people are living in a mask, and most people are not living their true selves. And they're all just more or less trying to keep up with whatever pop culture pretty much exerts just to fit in more or less instead of like being themselves. So like granted, we gonna make some fly shit.
Yeah, of course.
We gonna bring a positive message.
I actually really like the message behind the brand.
Yeah,
I like when things have like a meaning to them, because I don't think anybody would have seen Famous Life in a paper bag and thought that that's what, you know what I'm saying?
Especially being started in 2020. You know, 2020 was just the year of just bullshit.
Child, people was throwing shit against the wall.
Everybody made a business, huh?
Everybody became an entrepreneur. And I'm not mad at it, right? Because it's just like, I do feel like it's great for us to have that mindset and to want to have our own and build our own and do our own.
I like a try.
But I do feel like a lot of people have a very what's the word I'm looking for? Like a warped? Yes, a very warped sense of what being an entrepreneur is, right? Because of social media and because it looks so glamorous from the pictures and the reels and the highlights that people post. It's like, oh, I want to be an entrepreneur. Do you? Because do you really know what it you know, like what it takes to do that? And so I just feel like, yeah, I don't know that everybody's cut out for it. And there's nothing wrong with working a 9 to 5. Like, if that is what you want to do that. But I think then the people who are entrepreneurs talk down on people who work a 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could never. Okay, that's not for you.
Right.
That's fine.
Exactly. There's got to be a common ground, and never shit on anyone, because everyone has their own world and their own story. You know, so that's true.
I want to play off of something you just said. You said, oh damn, what did you just? Damn it, Ashley, I should have intervened before. But it played along the lines of the way you establish connections. How do you? I always speak for me. Like, I grew up in the hood. You feel me? I grew up very rough.
Yeah.
I didn't have a rough life, but I personally grew up rough. You know, and I never really networking to me was not what it was a different type of networking. You feel me? And I never learned how to properly incorporate network. I never knew how to walk into a room, and I knew how to command attention, but I never knew how to exert myself to walk. Hey, how you doing? My name is such and such. What do you do? Oh, this, that, and the third. And you have such an open and inviting energy. And you talked about that in the very beginning of going out to these places at 17 and 18. What was it inside of you that led you to become that type of person? What did you have surrounding you? What did you have behind you? Who instilled that in you of like fearlessness of like, listen, I'm a black man, and at the end of the day, because you know as black men we're very hesitant with each other, just like with the approach. So what was it that led you to be like, I got to do what I got to do?
I can say one thing. When I was younger, a lot of people wouldn't notice, but I was always like a more like shy, closed off person. And I always told myself that I'm not going to let this define me. Wow. Because at the end of the day, I know what I want to do in life. And I know that I'm destined for more, you know, and growing up as well, I grew up around a lot of older people. Okay. Like I never really hung out with anyone that was my age or younger than me. And a lot of the times the people that were my age or were younger than me, we never really clicked anyway. So I could say like my older brother and a couple other people like from my hood or whatever the case that was into music at the time, they were like my team, you know, and we would go out and I would watch them. We would work as a team. Like it would be a female in our team and it would be my brother and it would be a couple other people. And we would pretty much kind of like go our separate ways and build and connect and bring back wood to the gathering for us to when we sit down and we talk about all the things we did and all the people that we met and pretty much put it all together. So that was more or less like a real inspiration. And like I said, like I was doing this since young, like 16. Sometimes I say 17, but I could say 16, 17 around that time. So like after a while of doing it so much, it kind of became second nature. And also, like I said before, we come from a place where there's not really too much opportunity. I didn't have no family that was in anything, like as far as like big industries. Okay. I'm a first generation American. You feel me? So if not all of my family is immigrants. Okay. You feel me? And you know, like when it comes to like the Caribbean lifestyle, like most parents, they're just happy to be in America. You know, they're happy to be in America, have a house,
play it safe,
you know, and, you know, have a job and certain things like that. And there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely. But I'm here, I feel like I'm here to change that. Absolutely. You understand what I'm trying to say? So that's crazy. In my opinion, I wouldn't even say my opinion, in fact, I kind of had no choice. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's like, it's either I stick around and stay one place because most people are kind of like doing the same thing over and over and over, or I go out there and make something happen. And I went to, in 2021, I started the brand, like pretty much restarted the brand with the new collection. And I ended up moving to LA. And it's so crazy because before I actually moved to LA, I spent 2 years going back and forth by myself. I only knew 2 people and I wasn't hanging with them like that. So you really just by yourself. Huh? So you really I was just literally by myself. Yeah. And I had to meet people. I got around some good people that was pretty loopy at the time. They weren't the best people, but I learned, like I said, I learned a lot about like playing chess, being mentally resilient, not reacting off emotions, and all of these things is pretty much what's needed. These are like the character traits that are needed in order for you to like go in these type of rooms and move more seasoned than the average person that's more like standoffish and in the cut. Like you can't feel a way about certain things. Like I've had a lot of mental battles. Bro. In the last couple of years. Bro. I've cried. I've been angry. I've felt a whole lot.
Yeah.
Emotional intelligence.
And me personally, I wouldn't take nothing away from it because I feel like it's genuinely made me a truly wiser person. I literally just turned 30 this year. No, last year. Sorry.
He's like,
and I feel like it's still so much for me to learn. There's still so much for me to know. And I feel like mentally I have a head start from a lot of people that are in my age group.
You do.
So yeah, it took a lot of bruises and beatings, but it also it came with a lot of life-changing moments, man. And those are the moments that keep me inspired to keep going out there and keep exerting that energy. Because it's like, also you guys got to be a good person, man. Because when you're a good person, you have an energy that people can feel. Like it's a lot of things that we go about life very surface level. A lot of people like me, I'm a little bit more spiritual. I believe in God. I try to learn as much as I can about how the world works, because these are the things that are truly needed for you to have a head start, or not even a head start, an advantage over most people, because most people, like I said, are very surface level. I could walk in a room and a person will walk up to me and be like, yo, I love your energy. And I know that's because I go out with an energy of just being a good person.
Ashley?
What? Listen, don't do me, no, because people, if it's one thing I get.
She just said nobody comes up to her.
Excuse me, we were talking about men trying to approach
She
you,
just
dating
said
me.
nobody approaches her because she's a stuck-up cunt. Now all of a sudden she's Miss Good Energy.
We were talking about men not approaching me, right?
Right.
And Llama said it's because of the way that I present. He was like, you just seem like, what he said? Like, I don't take no shit? Kind of like.
You said you talk with confidence.
Yeah,
you
right.
Talk with...
So men don't approach me. Men will talk to Bruhman about me. They don't say nothing to me.
Why you just had it up? Now they're not going to confirm it.
No, that's fine. I don't care because they not saying nothing.
Just throw me under the bus, damn, Diddy.
Sorry. Anyway, right? So, but what I'm trying to say is that in general, like anytime anyone talks about me, it's always the same thing. I get the same compliments over and over. Your energy, your aura, the way you speak to people, et cetera, et cetera. And when I was younger, I didn't understand that. I'm like, why would people want to be, like, why do people always want to talk to me? Why do they always want to be around me? Because I like to be in a cut. Like, I try to stay out of the way, right? And even if I'm not looking for like attention or anyone to talk to me, people naturally gravitate towards me. So I had to realize, like, as I got older, there's nothing you can do about that. Like, some people just naturally have that thing about them, right? And that's perfectly fine. I think it's what you do with that energy and what you do with those compliments is now a different story.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I pride myself on just being a nice person. Yeah. Like, people, like you said, are just not nice people. And I think that for me, I've always been very conscious of like other people's emotions and their energy, like empath, you know?
Empathetic,
exactly. Yeah. And so for me, like I always made sure that I never want to be the person to make someone feel crazy unless you obviously give me a reason to.
Exactly.
Right? But you know, like life is hard as it is. We are all going through something and we don't know what a person's going through. You could be going through the most right now. Bruhman could be going through the most right now. But we're sitting here having a conversation. But the whole point is that like conversations are healing, right? You know, and just like talking to people, and like that's why I love the podcast so much, because it's just like we'll sit here and talk to anybody about so many different things. Like, yes, it's a fashion podcast, but listen to the conversation that we're having, you know, like it goes deeper than your brand, it goes deeper than your logo. You're literally talking about how your mind works, and that actually in turn is part of the reason why you create the way you create. But it's just, you know, it's just like a whole circle, which
it all comes. Creativity is definitely like a intertwined thing. Like it's passion, it's spirituality. It's a lot to it than just like, hey, I'm just gonna throw something out. Like, because a lot of people aren't creative, and
they're not.
It's actually a gift to be creative, you know. And
creatives have it the hardest, though. I feel like.
Yeah,
because we're so passionate and emotional. Like,
we feel a lot.
Yeah, and it's. I think it's very hard sometimes, and I think we put a lot of pressure on ourselves too.
For sure.
So it's just like, especially creating a brand. When I was in high school, I thought I wanted to be a designer. I quickly learned that that's a lot of pressure, and I was just like, I don't think I'm built for that. So I put myself behind the scenes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, how do you approach creating collections?
Okay, I look at myself like a Quincy Jones type of person. Like
Ooh. you got my attention already because I love me some Quincy.
I'm more of like a creative director. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like, I didn't even know what a pattern was. I don't know how to stitch. I don't know how to do any of these type of things. But I have vision.
That's what you need.
Yeah. I have vision, and the tools that are needed in order to create that vision usually always land in my lap. I put the energy out there. I go out there, and I usually find what I'm looking for. And luckily for me, especially now, I'm able to find some pretty passionate designers and pretty passionate artists that see the vision that I come up with or that I think of and are able to help me bring it to life. And as I get more and more deeper into like creating more stuff, like I want to get more into like even more high quality fabrics. Like when I go to places like Dover Street and Patron of the New and just a lot more like high end stores, and I just take notes of like all of the things that are in there, and I just bring it all into the gathering circle, and just like, because at the end of the day, like we all I wouldn't say copy, but we all get inspired from each other in some type of way, as far as all brands are concerned, you know?
No one just like, I think people want to be the first person to have created something, and I think we're way past that point, right? And not to say that you can't be the first person now, but for the most part, a lot of it is just doing what was previously done better or in a different way.
It doesn't make sense trying to reinvent the wheel.
Unless you're Bottega. Bottega recreates. Bottega just creates. Shout out to Bottega.
Bottega's cool. Bottega's fire.
Yeah.
I have a question though. What do you categorize your brand as now, and what do you want to see it elevate to? Meaning, would you call yourself streetwear? Would you call yourself luxury? Would you call yourself street? I think what's crazy? I think has anybody ever coined the term street lux?
Street luxury? No, they have not.
I created it.
I mean, they do say luxury streetwear.
Luxury.
So it's like,
damn.
It's pretty much the same thing. Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing.
Like street lux. Like I would look at like Ame Leon. I was having a conversation with a guy in Naked and Famous. I forgot his name, but shout out to you, bro. We was having a real in-depth conversation about fashion, and we was talking about Ame and Kith and the direction that they've been going in. And I'm like, I would consider Ame like, it's like we're not luxury, but we ain't supreme.
We ain't supreme, yeah.
But we are still in that realm. We're right there in that middle, because the pieces that Ame creates and and Ronnie with Kith and the collaborations that are coming about nowadays, like they had a Armani collaboration. This is Kith. I need y'all to remember, this is a store that was about the size of this chest right here in the back of Atrium. That is now,
wow, what a time.
How many locations deep?
Yeah, they're going crazy right now.
They just opened they're opening a new location on Houston and Broadway.
Yeah, Kith went crazy.
Kith, remember, and it's such the irony of seeing Kith
in where Atrium used to be.
I'm like, ain't this about
Baby,
a bitch?
what a full circle moment for them. That is very crazy.
All the time. Like, ain't this about
I love
a
to
bitch?
see it, actually. I'm not gonna hold you. But you know what Kith is, or like what that sector that you're trying to describe, it's just contemporary. Contemporary, because it's literally like you'll have your affordable, then you have contemporary, which is right in the middle, and then you get into your luxury, right? So contemporary is like the gateway to luxury. So contemporary prices will be like you buying a shirt for $300. You know what I'm saying? And then you get into and then you get into your luxury. So like brands like for women like Kate or what else am I thinking of? I'm trying to figure out what else I'm thinking of. But it really is just being contemporary. Contemporary prices are higher than affordable, but not as pricey as luxury.
Okay.
So you're right in the middle somewhere.
So what would you consider yourself?
As of right now, where I'm headed, I could definitely say that I am going to transition into the contemporary sector.
Okay.
And slightly getting like between contemporary and I could say the high fashion. I feel like honestly, like high fashion like the clothing plays a big part, but the marketing is the bigger part of high fashion for me, in my opinion. I feel like you have to convince people that your stuff is high fashion.
There you go.
It's not a, I can make a cashmere hoodie right now or a cashmere sweater right now, and you have like, hey, give me $800, and you probably wouldn't give me $800, even though it's worth $800. The quality, the material, everything is worth $800. Yep. But Louis Vuitton could give you a cotton-made sweater, and you would pay the $800.
Facts, or even more.
Or even more.
Picking up what you're putting down.
As far as high fashion, you need to have that budget to create the experience.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I can definitely. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I see where you're going.
Big points. Because honestly, truly, majority of the time we're buying the name.
You're paying for the name.
You're paying for the name, and then if you want to get really like into it, sometimes depending on the brand, the quality is not even what they hype it up to be, but people are just gonna go with it because it's X, Y, and Z brand. Exactly. You know what I mean? And it's just like brands will say, "Oh, like something is made in Italy," right? That whole garment was not made in Italy. It was finished in Italy, though. So your buttons, your zippers, etc., was finished in Italy. So now you stamp made in Italy. You could hike up your price for that. And it's like, bro, it's not
everything
even
else was made in Vietnam.
Bro, it's so crazy to me, but people don't realize it. And I think we are very brainwashed in regards to what luxury is. And I think that we may need to go back to the drawing board and kind of
I don't even think it's just
decide
luxury.
what that is.
I think most of us are just brainwashed in general with just everything. As far as the culture is concerned as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, let's get into it.
Like, we, obviously, like, it's much harder for us to support each other unless it's like more popular to like everyone else.
Yep.
It's very monkey see, monkey do kind of thing. And yeah, I mean, once you understand that, you got to just maneuver through the clouds and figure out how you could get yourself through. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, we always talk about like on the podcast, what do you actually like? Because people follow trends all the time, and obviously trends are there for a reason, but I feel like it's not something that you live your whole life by. Yeah. It's not something you build your whole closet on.
Yeah.
So I think that like obviously figuring out what you like for yourself is very important, because how else are you going to have your own personal style? It's like the you thing,
right.
Like what Bruhman likes and what he gravitates towards and what makes him feel good is not what makes you feel good.
Right.
So you can't put on what he put on and feel the same, you know what I mean? Or even wear it the same. And then that's when a lot of people are like, the clothes are wearing you now, because you don't have that same connection to it.
Exactly.
But it's just, I don't know. It gets on my nerves. I talk about it all the time.
And that goes back to what the famous life represents, because most people are living in a mask.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember I was wearing off-white, and if I'm not mistaken, like 2015, 2014, 2015. And I went to the hood, and one of my peoples was trying to cut my ass. Like, what the fuck is this? What are those? Da-da-da.
Sure, he was in
the whole time, I knew what was going on, because like I knew people that was like hip to it. You feel me? But everybody was still on, True Religion, other shit like that.
Right.
So he was attempting to shit on me like I don't know fly shit.
Right.
And then not even a year later,
here we go.
Off-white down, all the way down to the ground.
But then they'll never remember when they was like, oh, that's whack.
Oh,
like
they remember. I made sure they remember.
Oh, you have to make sure they remember.
You remember that? Oh, you remember that? Okay.
Like, sir, I promise. I'm not even going to get it, because I think I do it on every episode now. I go off into rants about all the things that I wore that everybody laughed at me for and tried to shit on me about. And now everybody's just to the moon about it. And it's just to sit back and be like, wow, you dick rider.
Yeah.
But okay, so I saw something earlier today. I was actually watching a YouTuber that I watch, right? And she was just talking about, like, she gets that a lot of us have been on things way before other people, right? And it's not that we're, I guess, mad that you have now caught up. I think it's the behavior prior to, right? When you were not on that wave, that now we got to look at you funny. But it's like, okay, at the same time, who are we to say anything about, you know what I'm saying, another person and what they're finally, I guess, catching up to and what they're finally
I'm
on.
an elitist, and I don't like when you motherfuckers come over, because I don't know. Here's what I don't like. I don't like, where I'm gonna go with it. I don't like when the hood finally gets a hold of something, because we spoke about this since day when we started this podcast. from our generation, the hood started and ended trends.
Yeah.
In our opinion, in our minds, because if you're from the hood, this is all you see. It wasn't until I stepped outside of the hood and I realized, like, this isn't even a trend for people. This is their way of life. This is a lifestyle that they're doing.
Yeah.
So what we're doing is really just, in a sense, dick riding.
Yeah.
And you guys are trying to tell people that this isn't cool anymore when people have been doing this before you, are going to do this after you, and now you're trying to tell them it's not good anymore. Who are you?
Exactly.
And like, what you on? You're just following a trend.
And the funny thing about it is the people that are the people that actually are in that lifestyle of these brands that we make trendy for a time don't look like us.
They don't.
At all.
They never look like
at
us.
all.
They
And
don't
that's
look-
the other
They
part
don't look,
about
and they
it.
don't. They take the. I think they kind of know. Like, it's hilarious to see girls literally go out and buy these ALO sweatsuits in 2 pieces and Lululemon 2 pieces, and
They're not
wear
even
heels
jacking.
with it.
They're not even jacking this.
Child, Lululemon don't even do
They're not
it.
even
Like,
jacking
They don't
us.
even-
they don't even like us. Like, it was a whole scandal
Like-
about the women who, like, not even just women, black employees who work at Lululemon, like, getting treated differently, pay, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm just like, and then you see black girls still Lululemon down to the socks, and this is the reason why, like, things will never change. You know what I'm saying? Because it's literally out there in plain sight that they don't like us, but you continue to support their brand. Okay, so now what happens?
It's not even to support it. It's the fact that they try to come. They try to come about it as if they just discovered fire and like they just have to have it. Like, if I also go on my Facebook every day, yo, who got Lululemon sweatsuits? Who got Lululemon? Who's getting ALO sweats? I'm like, bro,
pardon me?
I'm like, this, like, relax, bro. You over here trying to make a club fit. These white girls are just running around and jogging this. Like, you're taking athleisure to go to the lounge. Like, what are we doing?
Facts.
You look dumb.
Well, you're not even wearing it the way it's supposed to be worn.
And here's the thing.
Wow.
Now, I got a conflict with that. Now, here's the thing. Here's where I have a conflict with that in my head. A debate about this in my head. Because think of how many fashion trends I can't even say trends anymore. Fashion staples that are around now that we have created that wasn't intended to be worn. Look at Tim's.
Facts.
ACGs.
That's fair.
Facts.
Yeah.
A lot of things that we wore.
Tommy Hilfiger.
Like the way we wear ski jackets, Stetex.
Yeah.
We all look like rock stars now in our chrome
we
hearts.
switched the
Jordans.
the reason
Jordans
for
too.
like what's not the reason for wearing it. What's the term I'm looking for? Like the function for that particular garment.
Yeah, we black people as a culture have redefined what we say. What we have redefined timelessly, time and time again, how we can wear certain things and how
Because
certain
we
things can be
fly
worn.
as fuck.
But I think now it's us looking. I don't know if it's me developing a different brain and being more in the fashion realm and just being annoyed with like seeing people it's so cringy to see people rush the trends. It's like, why are you wearing Lululemon with heels?
I'm sorry. Where did you see that? Can I get a picture? I know you fucking lying.
Child, they are booking photographers doing lifestyle shoots in ALO 2-piece sets, bro.
The thing about it is, Aloe actually has like pieces that you can wear outside. No, they actually have like a fur coat that I've seen, like a faux fur coat, like a cute puffer, stuff that you could probably finesse into a regular outfit.
Well, we ain't talking about that.
Okay, but like y'all lost me with the Lululemon and the heels.
No. I'm seeing their girls are doing Lululemon and heels. They're doing aloe and heels. They're doing photo shoots in heels. They're wearing this out to the club. They're wearing this to spots. They're wearing it as if it's like.
I have a question. Are we doing like a leggings and a top situation and it's looking like, are we like figuring out a new way to style it, or are we just in a sports bra and leggings and heels?
Are you as slow as them?
No,
they are in a sports bra.
I have questions.
Leggings, heels, lifestyle photo shoot.
I've seen that before.
Public hotel.
Not public.
In front of the escalator. Full blown.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Bro, I'm not dragging it.
Yeah.
The hood is disgusting.
I am tired.
The hood is disgusting.
Like, save me, please.
It's weird. Like, why are we like
Why
this?
would you do that?
I don't know. It's weird.
Like, and what kills me is these brands have been around. Because you saw somebody else do it,
I don't even think it's because they saw somebody else do it. I feel like it's because it's getting marketed to our demographic now.
Where?
But all you gotta do is go on Instagram. Your favorite influencer is head to toe in aloe, or
Listen,
she's head to toe in Lululemon.
When the fuck is aloe marketing to us?
Nah, most of this shit is intentional. Trust me.
And the thing about it is that you have to also remember that what you follow determines what you see. It determines your algorithm. So like, I'm gonna see things that people probably wouldn't think I would see based on like who I follow, if that makes any sense. But like, I'm always exposed to like different kinds of just styles, or like people in Amsterdam. I love Scandi like fashion, like people in Copenhagen, like stuff like that is what I pay attention to. So it comes across my feed. So whoever they're following who is doing fucking lifestyle photo shoots in Lululemon is what they're getting their inspiration from. That's what that is. It's really just the algorithm. It is.
I hope
marketing.
Y'all go to jail.
But no, the marketing is great too. They know exactly what they're doing. It's all targeted.
It's all targeted. Energy.
All targeted.
Trust me.
So
it's not. Nothing just well. Sometimes it does, but most of the stuff that becomes retrended is intentional, for sure.
Because a lot of things are now coming back as trends, right? Like things that are not even trends and really just staples in fashion, like the 70s. Is back. Loafers are having a moment. Like the past summer, polos and tennis skirts, everybody was on their like sporty vibes. You know what I'm saying? These are classic things that have been in fashion. Cowboy boots. A cowboy boot is not a trend to me, in my opinion. Western is not a trend. There are people who live their whole life dressed head to toe Western aesthetic. You're getting your turquoise jewelry. You're getting your suede fringe jacket. You're getting your steel toe boots every single day of the year. That's not a trend. That's their lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, that's all it is right now. Did
Pharrell start that? I think Pharrell started that.
Started what?
That started it.
But like brought it back.
The
he definitely
what?
He was part of it with his collection for sure.
The collection for January in Paris.
I'm gonna.
It was a sickening collection.
I'm going to have.
I didn't see anybody do anything cowboy based before that.
That's not true.
That's
what I. I'm not saying. That's what I've seen.
That is a familiar face to a small demographic. So the hood saw Pharrell. The hood sees Pharrell. Everybody else in the fashion industry sees, nigga, this is life. This is what we've been doing.
Yeah.
But the hood just saw Pharrell. So for you, it'll be, this is the first person I saw do it.
That's why it's like everybody else started doing it in the hood from that. That's what I noticed.
They saw that.
Exactly.
Beyonce with the Cowboy Carter movement.
Cowboy Carter,
it started
parties.
It started with Renaissance.
Oh, okay.
It started with the Renaissance when girls was in their silver down to the socks, okay? With the cowboy boots and cowboy hats.
That's what I meant. Renaissance.
Girls was dressing like that to go to the show. You know what I mean?
That.
But it's just like, it was a very big wave. Very big wave. Like, once again, the 70s are back. But for me, the 70s are always a thing because, like, that's a fire-ass decade, in my personal opinion. You know? Like, just certain things, I feel like, I don't know, they're trending, but it really just means that you're going to see it everywhere.
Right.
So that's all that means. But I want to get into what's in that box. Can I see?
Oh yes. This was a pair of sneakers from that first collection.
Cute.
Yeah, I wanted to make some sneakers. I wanted to see how it goes. Like I said, when I came out, I was hype as shit.
I was about to say, is that leopard print?
I was hype. Like, yo, I got a pair of sneakers.
I like
I just be happy to just make shit for real.
It's paper bag mask.
Yeah. That's supposed to be like, that's the pattern. That's the whole aesthetic.
That's actually dope.
Canvas type of energy vibe going on.
I like this. This is cool as hell.
It's a cool color, but it's definitely a lot.
So you hated this after a while?
I hate the entire collection.
I'm dead.
So what is the entire collection? Did the entire collection have the paper bag like mask on it in different colors?
I had like a dress, like a dress silk shirt, dress silk shorts. I had some like other more colorful. I feel like this collection gave off more of like a teenage vibe, you know?
It's funny. It doesn't feel teenage to me as much as it would feel like retro.
Yeah,
Like,
these give a
I would
retro
take
energy.
it. I would take it that because I could see Bruhman eat that up. I'm not gonna hold you. I
Yeah,
could
he
see
gonna
you in a
dog walk
pair
you.
of like a pair of like cropped
this is for
black
me?
slacks.
Sir.
Hello, listen to my outfit.
My fault.
Yeah, that's the outfit. Don't cut her. Don't cut her off.
My fault,
Let her eat.
You gonna have on a pair of cropped black slacks. Okay, I want you in like I could see you in a boxy kind of like button down maybe.
Okay.
Or even a boxy blazer. It depends. But I'm feeling more boxy button down.
Boxy
not really
button down?
blazer so much.
Okay.
You know how you like to get your Mr. T on.
Yes,
So you got to put those on.
I paid a lot of money for this chest tattoo.
You got to put the glasses on. You're so annoying. And you got to put your glasses on. But I can really see you eat those very calmly. Like very calm. I'm seeing an all black fit for some reason. And then those. Yeah.
You know,
those always go. You can't go wrong with a black fit. Can't go wrong with a black fit.
All. I love all black. I know a lot of people think it's lazy, but for me, I feel like if you do all black and you're doing texture, so you playing with leather, silk, suede, feathers, that's when it gets fun. You know what I'm saying? If it's just head to toe cotton.
That's what I wanted to ask you about.
Yeah.
You said you brought something up. Are you heavily, when it comes to your collections now, are you more so interested in designs or are you more so interested in textures?
That's a great question. I feel like it's like a balance between the two because, like I said, being in some of these high-end stores and seeing the competition that's in there.
You call them competition.
Yeah, definitely. For me, and
fact.
you got to pay attention to the detail. You have to pay attention to the quality, to the textures, because those are the things that, especially for brands that aren't as big as, Chanel's and all of that could pretty much sell you whatever the fuck they want. You'll buy it. You got to give people a reason to want to spend premium prices for certain things.
You got to set yourself apart.
So yes, design is also very important, and whatever message you're trying to exert in your pieces is very important.
Absolutely.
But when you're dealing with certain people that have that paper, they want to know what they put on their body. They want to know, like, they want to feel, they want to touch, they want to see details like pearls and rind. Like, they want to see something over the top. Like, don't be boring, bro.
Yeah.
Like, don't just slap on a logo on a t-shirt. This is not that time anymore where back in the day you could just throw on a t-shirt, go viral and shit. Like, nah, everybody can make a t-shirt now. Everybody can make a fucking varsity and shit. And I'm saying, you got to find out ways to stand out.
I love how consumers now are actually being more vocal about, like, I don't just want, this shit is just very
Mundane.
Like, as far as quality?
No, as far as repetition.
Yeah.
Like, it's this, everything is just so recycled and we're not going for it anymore. Like, I
I
how
think
many
people are
versions of
just
Hellstar are we
waking
gonna
up.
have?
Oh my God,
Yeah.
Hellstars.
They're waking up.
It's plagued the planet.
How many versions of Hellstar are we gonna have? You see, and now you're seeing so many mainstream brands like really go in that direction. It's like, God damn, bro.
Yeah.
God damn, y'all didn't even. And the owners are they're gung ho about it. Like, yeah, please copy it.
Yeah, of course, because it only makes them bigger.
Because it's a money thing. It has nothing to do with us and what, like art or catering really to like what I don't want to say catering to what people want, right? Because in a way they are catering to what people want because obviously people are buying it. It's just really a money grab. Everything's a money grab.
Yeah, everything. A lot of things are definitely a money grab for sure.
So you have to pick and choose where you want to spend your money, because that's the only way that you're going to have the wardrobe that you want or have the experience that you want when it comes to fashion and like developing your style.
I am very meticulous now about where I spend my money. In fact, I go to the stores. I'm very big on textures. I'm very big on, it's this Japanese cotton. I like to feel the weight of the shirt. I want to feel the silk. I can tell the difference now between, okay, this is Casablanca silk and this is Zara silk. I can tell, I know the differences in my silk. I know I feel the difference in canvas leather and in lambskin. Come on, talk to us.
Talk to
these bitches.
Talk to these niggas,
it gets different when you get to that point. Textiles was my favorite class in school. I still have my binder. Like, because it's so good.
And I would love to. I want
to take over to fashion school too.
Study more and more into it, because when you start learning about the material, the textures, patterns, and things that you like, and you have your own personal style, people don't even realize how easy it is to shop now. Like, I can go someplace and I know immediately, like, synergy. Well, I know I don't need none of this.
I know what I want in my body.
I don't want none of this.
That's a fact.
I'm cool off for all of y'all.
It'll save you a lot of time and money, honey.
Let me see this shirt. Is it box, crop? Okay, let's go.
Take it.
Let's go. Box, crop. Let's take it. It's a cargo, big, wide, flip.
If it's a cargo, I want it. If it's a blazer, I want it.
Let's go with it. We're running.
Facts. Yeah.
I don't spend. No, I'm so proud of myself. I can't even remember I sit there. I don't even remember the last. I don't know the last time I bought a pair of sneakers. I don't know the last time I got a pair of sneakers.
But good for you, because you're a fucking hoarder, so you don't need it anymore.
Bite me.
Okay.
I'm very heavy into boots now, loafers. Like, I love that. I love
formal vibe is different.
I'm a shoe guy now. Like, slacks now. Like, it's a whole different vibe. Y'all pull up with the slacks and the boots.
And his ankles out.
We need more like situations where we could throw shit like that on.
I learned like that.
I learned. Here's the thing. I learned from my homegirl.
Cause I kill a formal fit. I'm not gonna lie. I really kill a formal fit,
bro. Wear it because it's Tuesday.
Period.
Shit,
no,
right?
honestly, truly.
Type shit.
Throw a little blazer and just rock that shit.
Yo,
right,
bro,
because you want to.
I got a homegirl.
Because you want to.
Shout out to the Bay Room Podcast. She would buy something. I remember one day she hit me up. She sent me a picture of some Marine Serre boots. I'm like, yeah, cop those. Them shit's fire. She like, I bet. Cop them. She gets the boots. That weekend, I see her. We went to a basketball game. She had the boots on.
And as she should.
Now me, them boots wasn't getting worn till 2028. I said, yo, bro, you just bought those joints. She said, yeah, I wear mine.
Period.
Yeah.
Period.
Bro, throw that shit on, bro. I walk out button down ties now, like, right, because it's a Tuesday.
Nah, shit.
Because it's a Tuesday. Slacks, I go outside. I really wear, like, slacks are like slacks and Chelsea boots. I have an all black fit, slacks, Chelsea boots. That is like an everyday thing for me. Like, this is what I'm doing. And I like this.
It's so crazy you say that, because that type of fit, you said we was talking about networking and all that. That'll elevate your approach,
bro,
when it comes to meeting.
Because the first thing we looking at, especially if you work in fashion, people automatically judging you by your outfit, unfortunately.
Absolutely.
And then you start speaking, then it's like another layer of judgment.
Right.
And then I throw on, and to razzle dazzle to the left, to really get you talking, I'll wear my Vancing over it.
Okay,
I put on my Vancing. So when I put the Vancing on, the Vancing gonna attract attention. Now you're looking at the rest of the fit. Why did you combine those?
Yeah.
That's tough, because when you see a Vancing, what's the first thing that you're looking for on the feet?
Probably some Timbs.
Sneakers.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is looking for sneakers?
Somebody might
some
wear
Timbs.
Vancing.
That's very behavior. We're going
Some buttery biscuits or something.
There you go.
That's what I'm saying. But since we're getting ready to wrap up,
yes,
please
it's
let
time
us know.
Flies. It's
I
crazy.
know. But you see what we was talking
what
about,
we
like how we just be up here running our mouths.
I feel like we've been here for only 20 minutes. That's all.
It flew right by. However, where can people find you? And also, like, let people know what they can expect from the Famous Life, like, coming in 2025. If it's anything that you can share, because I know some things top secret.
Listen, ain't nothing top secret over here, man.
We love that.
All right, cool. Like I said, I go by the name of Jaye R. My Instagram is JAYE_R_. The brand, Famous Life Fashion, everything spelled correctly. As far as the new things that we're putting out, we're getting a lot more high quality. I have on a couple pieces from the new collection. This is a Glory is Cruel cashmere sweater
with the pearls.
With the pearl setting.
Pearl setting.
These is an embroidery patch, paper bag canvas, black jeans. These are our prototypes. We're actually going to add a more iller effect to the patches. I don't really want to say too much as of yet, but just you could look out for those. Stay tuned. Check the website out, famouslifefashion.com. The mascot, the paper bag man. Not only do we do clothes, we also planning on bringing the mascot and bringing the character into gaming.
Oh, dope.
We're gonna have a community in gaming We're going to be able to sell clothes in the games, start our own crews, and also, well, I know a lot of you want to talk about that yet. There's one thing I'm going to hold it down.
Hold it
down. But yes, we will be also in gaming as well, and 5M servers. If anyone that's watching knows what that is, definitely stay tuned. Own maps and all of that good stuff. But yes, leather jackets, duffel bags, sheets for your bed. Like, we want to do everything. Like, shit, we might even decorate your crib in some paper bag, some Famous Life canvas energy type shit. Like, it's definitely more than just a t-shirt that we started in high school. And I'm super proud of where we're planning on going in the next couple of years. So definitely stay tuned. I appreciate you, Bruhman.
You're ready.
For letting me articulate what I've been wanting to say for a little while.
I love that for you, bro.
And shout outs to you guys, man. Shout out to the whole world. Be yourself, please.
Always.
Please
stop following trends. Take the mask off and find the people who love you for who you are. And you will be much better off. Trust me.
You know, since Delroy did that, have you seen all my gay homeboys do that shit now?
It's the finger
This
clap.
is how they clap. Oh, yeah. That's the gay clap.
When you eat with something, this is me every day.
That's the gay clap. I see my other, I'm like, the fuck? I said, these niggas gay as hell.
That is the gay clap, though. That is the gay clap, though.
Yes,
shout out my nigga Delroy, bro.
Yes, sir, man.
But it's been an amazing episode. I want to thank you so much for, like, literally, as you said, your energy. I know me and Ashley took something from it. That's one thing I love about this podcast is all the guests that we have come up here. And I want y'all to know this. We take something from y'all and apply it every day. Even if you don't believe me, I promise you there's something that Iconic Ash might have said or Ari might have said or Delroy might have said that I apply to my everyday life. And I'm so appreciative for y'all to come up here. And we're appreciative of you to come up here, JR. It's the Just Code Podcast. It's your boy Bruhman from the 5th floor. It's the Stylish Local.
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.